Finally, a sliver of good news for the battered and bruised markets.
Treasury Secretary Paulson is trying to put together some sort of an RTC, Resolution Trust Corp proposal, which seemed to work the last time we had the S&L crisis back in the early 90s. Wall Street was looking for some sort of a positive sign, and possibly it got it.
In an amazing turn of events in the last hour of trading Thursday, stocks rallied, closing up 410 points at 11,019. The Nasdaq and Standard & Poor's 500 indexes both finished more than 4% higher. Markets spiked after hearing that Treasury Secretary Henry Paulson is considering creating a government entity that will help clean up the credit crisis by taking over bad debts.
Basically, the Resolution Trust Corp of the early 1990s was set up by the government to help resolve the savings and loan crisis, to help in a sense, work through the problem loans that had occurred because of housing, particularly in the southwestern United States. This time around, mentioning something that worked last time around, I think causes investors to feel fairly optimistic.
The late-day news, coupled with an announcement from New York Attorney General Andrew Cuomo of an investigation into illegal trading, helped fish Wall Street out of one of its most disastrous weeks on record. Plagued with bad news from the financial sector, the fire sale of Merrill Lynch, the bankruptcy of Lehman Brothers, the government takeover of AIG, all victims of the credit crisis. But brokers remain optimistic that we may have seen the worst of it.
I mean, it makes you nervous about, the state of the economy, but I think in the long run that things will all even out. I mean, if you're a long-term investor and looking at their retirement portfolio, 1 day or 2 days or a couple months, even a year isn't really going to make all that much of a difference.
Investors are keeping their fingers crossed. If there is a bottom, this week was it. In New York, Bonny, Ghosh, The Associated Press.